My name is Michael Krawitz, and I'm Executive Director of Veterans for Medical Cannabis Access. I am a medical cannabis patient. I didn't know it at first. I became injured in the Air Force while I was on my way home from dinner, actually, on coral-packed roads with poor lighting in Guam. It was my last Friday night on Guam, getting ready to move my station back to the United States, and I had a big trip planned where I was going to travel around Asia and then get back to the United States. And as a celebratory dinner, just as a little thing, my buddy let me drive his brand new motorcycle home from dinner. And because I was on his brand new motorcycle, I was taking it easy in the right-hand lane. And that just incidentally happened to be a lane that ended with no warning and no signs, no lights. And I just got broken up pretty bad. I lost my spleen. I fractured my left arm. I broke my hip, and I just smashed my lower leg. And then I had about 13 surgeries in all, inside the Air Force and out in the VA, to put me all back together. All of a sudden, I was a disabled vet. And it's not like back then, there wasn't even the words medical marijuana. This is all in the 1980s. My accident happened in I think it was 84. So you're talking about a very long time ago, before this medical marijuana movement that we now know of really was started or existed. It started, but it didn't really exist like we know it now. And I basically went through every treatment that they had at the VA, which is a whole lot of treatments. I mean, probably 30 treatments in all, not including varieties of the same treatment, like 10 different NSAIDs or things like that that they tried me on. So there's drug treatments, dozens of them, and then the non-drug treatments, the kinesiotherapy and the aquatherapy and the ultrasound therapies and all these different things to try to remove pain and deal with these issues over time. But process of elimination just basically found very few that would work. Winding up using opiates, but cyclically, because I've got internal injury, I really can't tolerate it. So I wound up using it a little bit when I absolutely needed to, and then having to deal with the fallout of that. I was now disabled, defunct. Why not pick up a marijuana cigarette, right? So it really was kind of a genesis of realizing that this marijuana that I was using was actually making me feel better. I mean, you use it, and you stop using it, and you, wait a minute, I now am suffering a lot more, and you use it, and you're not, it doesn't take you long, process of elimination, to figure out it's actually working. You don't need someone to tell you that cannabis is medicine. You can figure it out on your own when you're suffering, and you just use it for a while, and then you don't use it. And when in the drug war, that's a regular occurrence. I mean, it's only available when it's available. In the black market world, without a dispensary that you can reliably get medicine from. That's the world that we lived in, Cannabis has been, it's difficult to describe life with or without, because there is no life without it. You die. Pain isn't the kind of thing like post-traumatic stress that'll just kill you so suddenly as killing yourself or killing others and getting killed by the cops or some of these terrible scenarios. It's like water torture, and you just don't go that far before you're done, And I have family in Virginia, and it's tough to have to go through this roller coaster ride of pain. You can't function. And then you have cannabis, you can function, but what can you get done in that short period of time? It's like this geometric puzzle of life that you just can't solve. And life is hard enough for a veteran without having to deal with that. So I thank cannabis for giving me a lot of my life. It's something that doesn't just improve pain and doesn't just help me with eating and sleeping. It just it lifts the misery away. And it just really helps in a way that other drugs don't seem to touch. It's a pain reliever together with opiates. Again, there's nothing else. I've been through all these other treatments that are available, and there's nothing that works like it. So